Hi, fans, friends, and family of the Judith TV show. Welcome to my channel, the Judith TV show. My name, guys, is Judith. You're welcome. I talk about marriage and marriage related trending issues in this channel, and that is what I'm just going to do in this video. And the trending one is the exposure that Gistlover did concerning Nino, Uncle Nino B. If you recall, guys, that I think was it last year or so that he came out and made a post on his page that himself and his wife of 18 years, they're going their separate ways. That he had tried to make this marriage to work. That he was just talking as in make una see you saying this thing is not my fault, but it just has to happen like that. That we just have to go our separate ways. And before then, even though he has always admitted that whatever problem they have in the home is always him that is at fault by virtue of cheating and all that. And then the wife, is always forgiving him and stuff. And then before then, as I said, before that post of him saying that it's all over between them and everything. They've always been so good together. They wear ashwebi, you see their photographs, they go out gymming together, everything they are just doing it together. You just see that this couple, they are so love, they are so good together. This guy is a happening regular guy. Nino B now, ladies man, and then the wife is also pretty, shapy, fair like that. I mean. In fact, after giving birth to two children, two adults, two teenagers. However, when he made that post, there were a lot of reactions, and people were like, "Oh, you should have, tried your as much as possible to make sure that this thing works. Since you're always the one that is at fault, cheating on her and everything." And everybody was like, "What could have happened?" Some people say, "Oh, the wife started cheating on him. The wife bought a house in her name," but all manner of allegations. The woman didn't cough. That's what I just like about the whole thing. I've always said it in one of, if you go to my playlist, you see some of my videos where I talked about that. When you don't come to social media to dramatize and to expose whatever thing, to, bust out, you are creating room for reconciliation. You make it easier for you and your spouse, or either as a man or as a woman, to reconcile, but especially on the side of women. If we learn to whatever thing that is going on, let it be put out of social media while you guys are trying to sort things out. Because I am certain that every marriage of that number of years, 18 years, family and friends will always want to intervene to see how things can be resolved so that they can come back together and everything. But by the time you now come to social media and you're just flaunting it and you're talking and running things down, and you make it practically impossible for both of you to reconcile. But by the time you also now keep quiet about it and ever, you are creating. In fact, that was, especially ladies, I say this, especially my gender. You see that guy, go, if you waka, you could just not say nobody did like you. Nobody will understand him or take him as you. So that will not make him to come back. So you are creating room for reconciliation. The more you keep quiet about it, that's what I mean. So, but in the case of Nino, after he said that, like I said, the wife didn't cough. He was the one that was asking the questions. He was the one that was answering the questions. you know. But when the wife didn't cough, that kind of a thing. I think you now put him on a tight corner. He didn't just know what to do. Oh, before you know it, now we now started seeing him with Damilola Adegbite. Hey, what is this now? Now relationship with this one, I mean, just friends or whatever. They will go to gym together. They will hold hands together. This, that, the So what is going on here? Meanwhile, Damilola was married to Chris Atto, and then they had a child together, a boy together, and then Damilola now filed for divorce on the grounds of cheating, of infidelity. But here is Damilola now, whether best friend or now dating or now going out with a serial cheater. One thing I like about Uncle Nino B is that he has never hidden the fact that he's always the one that has fault and that he's always the one that is cheating. He has never hidden that. When you know that you are at fault and you accept it, it makes it easier for you to improve, because you now at a point you tell yourself, no, you know what, this is enough. Let me just help myself, and try and change. So that Lola, I mean, he was like, what is now going on? I mean, you rejected this guy. Apparently, you saw him with one or two ladies or whatever. And here is another one that who is cheating like a club. And we're now going for him. Okay, we are here. We'll see how it goes, you know. Only for us at a point in our no more edges from them. Nino was not posting anything. Of course, the wife didn't cough and everything. After that initial post with Dami, he was no longer posting anything with regards to his marriage. Only for us after some months for Gistlover to now come and say, hey, guys, so make on our GLP nature, make on come, Nino don't go back to his wife, oh. He said Nino don't go back his wife, or they've made up, or they've reconciled, or the guy has gone back, oh. So what about Damilola? He said he doesn't know about this. You know why I'm laughing, guys? Because I don't know, ladies. There's nothing wrong in you. Is it falling in love now? I should call it. But when you are doing that, apply wisdom. Damilola, right? Pretty lady like that. I mean, though this husband, Chris Ato, has also married twice after her, and the two marriages failed. So I don't even know whether the fault is from him or whatever. But there's nothing like that on the social media. The time he didn't run him down, and he too, didn't say anything about their broken marriage or something. But the point I'm making is this: when a man leaves his wife like that, and there's just no major reason, as in what the woman did that made him to leave, there's a possibility that that man will go back. Every possibility. So if he comes to you as a lady, to now want a relationship with you, or to now want to come and marry you or whatever, you have to ask questions. You have to do your findings to know. I'm not saying that every husband and wife that when they're separate ways that they must end up coming back together. No. But what I'm saying is that in the trying to find out, you'll now be able to find out what was actually the problem. Was it the man that was at fault, or was it the lady? What did the lady do? You find out details, what happened. Like in the case of Nino, is the one, and in fact, he has always been the one that has been bringing the challenge and all that. He has never been the wife, at least from what he put out there. I'm not saying that the wife is a perfect, but from what he put out there. So by the time he now comes to you, and then you accept him hook, line, and sinker, then you are taking a risk. You're playing with your emotions. Because tomorrow, when he starts, when he now makes up with, and don't forget that they have children in between them. When he now makes up with his wife, you'll just be left on your own, and that's what is happening to Dami. I'm sure by now she may have felt, or she must have been feeling that she's been used and dumped. But Abby initial, did you ask questions? This guy has never hidden the fact that he loves his wife. They've always been together, taking photographs together and doing everything and all that. So if he had come to you, immediately they broke up. If he had come to you, you should have asked questions. Find out what happened. Because if you can accept Nino with all the fact, with all the he's accepting that this is the kind of person he is and all that, and now trying to work on himself and all that, and has a wife that understands and is trying to understand with him or bear with him, and then you left the one that you also accused of doing the same thing, and here you are accepting another person who even does it more. So I don't know how that makes sense. I don't know how Dam is feeling now. Honestly, I feel for her because it will now look as if, even though the photos we saw of two of them, I mean herself and Nino, wasn't that much and everything. But people already know that there was a time they go to gym together and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, maybe she assumed that this is for real, and now this thing is playing and the guy has gone back to his wife. So she will naturally feel as in she's been used and dumped. But whereas if she had asked one or two questions at the initial, she'll be able to have restrained herself, before she will allow that relationship between her and Nino to be made public. She must have been sure at least that this thing is for real. But immediately the photographs were flying out, the photos were flying out, going to gym, to holding hands together, entering car to go to the gym or to drive out together, and so on and so forth. It was too early for that relationship to be exposed like that. Because now that it has happened the way it has, that the man has gone back, those photographs and those videos will just be there. But if you had taken time to ask your questions and then also play the wise one by trying not to allow that relationship to expose until you are sure of where the relationship is heading to. Exactly what I mean. Guys, see, my gender, see this marriage matter. See this marriage relationship matter. It can go this way and go that way. So whichever way it comes to you, it's just for you to apply wisdom. That's just the only thing. Okay. I don't know, Dami. Well, if it has turned out the way it has turned out, well, it's just for you to move on. That's just the only thing. And then who knows? Maybe your husband Chris must have learned his lessons by these three experiences he has, because he has now been on third missionary journey. You have been on a first missionary journey. So there's a possibility that if both of you should come back together now, you never can tell, from one or two things you have learned and one or two things he has also learned. You people will make a better couple now than when you got married initially. It's possible. Don't rule it out, okay? But I don't know whether you people are thinking in that light, or if it is going to be possible or something. But it wouldn't be a bad idea if you guys still come back together and all that. Then what they say, the first love is the deepest. So I don't know whether this one is the deepest or not. But, I'm just saying that reconciliation between Dami and Chris is possible if only they will work it out on it. If only they want. Guys, when I saw that exposure by Gistlover, I was like, oh my goodness, can you imagine? So this man all along has been eyeing his wife. Apparently, he just used Dami to pepper the woman to make her jealous, so that she can now, by the time you come back, she will quickly agree and all that. Men, men, hmm, men, men. How many times did I thought men? Okay, well, guys, this is what I have to say here, in this video, okay? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section. Like I said, Dami, it's still not late for you to pick the pieces of your life and move on, okay? Don't force yourself into a relationship that, will not benefit you, or where you will not be happy. And then it will also not be out of place or out of order for you to consider reconciling with Chris. It is not out of order. It is not. There are people that separated for years, and at the end of the day, they still came back together. But with God, all things are possible. So, guys, I'd like to end this video at this particular point in time. I've just, shared the ideas or my opinions that I want to share concerning the matter, right? Let me have yours at the comment section. Our meeting point, now. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so very much for always watching my videos. Bye.